And we are back, AdventureBlur here. And Hilda and the Mountain King is also here. The book is finally out after all these months of waiting, and it's time to go over it and figure out what happened after Stone Forest, and just my personal thoughts on it. I have a lot to say, so let's go over it and let's get started. First off, let's go over why the book is, well, amazing. And there is a lot to go over. Now before we begin this entire review, let me start by saying, the artwork in Mountain King is phenomenal. It is easily the best of the entire series. Everything looks vibrant, looks nice, it just is spot on. I cannot wait to see this done in the animated form once season 2 rolls around. For everyone who just finished Stone Forest, the big question that's on pretty much everyone's mind is, does this book conclude the Stone Forest story after that crazy cliffhanger? And to answer honestly, yeah. The ending is really satisfying, there's not really any loose ends of the story, and honestly I think it adds to Stone Forest and all the other previous Hilda books really well. The biggest issue people had with Stone Forest was the cliffhanger ending. So now that that is quite literally out of the picture with Mountain King, it already has a 1-up over the previous book. By far the biggest positive in the book is Joanna and Hilda's sides of the story. They were both incredibly interesting, and neither one felt weaker or better than the other. They were both equally great. I will not spoil the book, I'm trying my best not to as I talk about it and show stuff of it on screen, but both sides really delved into some really interesting stuff, and like I said earlier, it really builds upon everything that came before it, which is what a sequel is meant to do. And for all the people wondering where Hilda's dad is, there is one really small reference to that in it, and it's great. Now something else to add to Hilda's story is really delving into the trolls and their lifestyle and all, even more than Stone Forest did. And that's saying a lot because Stone Forest was almost entirely about that. It was great to figure out how they live, how they work, what they do, and see more of them. The only times we ever see the trolls is pretty much when they're on rampages in Hilda, with the exception of Stone Forest. So that was pretty cool. Now when it comes to the cons of the book, I had some trouble with this. There really isn't anything major that I disliked. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed about when it comes to Mountain King is not really an issue with the book, it's more of a nitpick. I just wish that Frida or David appeared in it. Now David would not have made as much sense, but Frida did appear quite a bit in Stone Forest beforehand, and was pretty much part of the reason that Hilda got grounded to begin with in that book. So her showing up to help out Joanna find Hilda would have made sense in my eyes, and we might even see that in the Netflix adaptation whenever that comes around. But outside of that, there really isn't any major issues I have with the book. It's overall really solid, it's great, it's well written, the art style's great, everything about it is good. Now, of all the Hilda books, where would I rank it? For me, it's a tough one because I love about all of them. The only one that I'm not a huge fan of is Midnight Giant. I don't hate it, it's just not for me. I will go into that another day. But of the books, I think it would be in my top 3 definitely. But even though I said that the biggest weakness of Stone Forest is not in this book, I would have to put Stone Forest above it. I think Stone Forest had a little more going into it. I think it really showed off the world of Hilda. I think it dealt with the aftermath of all of Hilda's adventures really well. I just really enjoyed that. I enjoyed seeing Joanna and Hilda have to go on an adventure together and seeing how they work together throughout it. But overall, I still love Mountain King, and it may be number 2 right now, but it may also be number 1 someday. We'll just have to see where it goes from here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did making it and, well, reading the book. I loved it, like I've already said, and if you guys are interested in it, I will have a link to the book in the description. And as always, this is AdventureBlur, and I will see you next time.